everybody. Well, my little clipper came off of here a few weeks back, so I guess I'm gonna have to hold the phone. Yeah. How y'all doing? Now that I've calmed myself down, we can have a chit chat. We gotta do an energy update. It's been an interesting summer, hasn't it? Well, yeah. First off, I'd like to ask everybody to say a prayer for the people down in Louisiana, Missouri, the whole Gulf Coast. I was on all day yesterday watching the news feeds and stuff like that, and if everybody could just shout out to Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, all of those states who are dealing with flooding. My heart goes out to you. My prayers go out to you. Hang tight. Hold the line. It hasn't been the first time we've gone through it, and we know Louisiana has been bombarded over the past, year? With massive hurricanes that just kept on coming through the Gulf, and it's almost like this feels familiar. It really feels familiar. Y'all can say, yeah, this isn't our first rodeo. So I get it. And I'm up here in PA dealing with my own things. So it's almost like a refer to 2020 and how we did things in 2020. It kind of seemed to amplify in 2021. Big time amplify, especially over the summertime. Have y'all noticed that? Yeah. So, yeah, come on, and really, because I have people who love to see people just miserable, and I'm not one of those people. I'm one of those people who feel other people's misery, and I've been protected personally in my own personal, but it seems like, people outside of me, anytime I come on and give a word, I get attacked. My family gets attacked. So there was a lot of stuff that has happened over this past summer that it was just like one thing after another, after that I personally had to deal with, and trying to get to the bottom of certain things and answers, especially for my daughter, trying to figure all that stuff out. And it's just, we'd rather not have the situation happen at all, because then she ends up at the hospital. So that's all I have to say about that. So if you're noticing the same things that are going on from last year and it's amplified this year, I'm hoping that soon breaks that cycle. Like, I don't want to be the type of person that's always like, bad news. And it seems like I get a lot of words from the creator for warnings and stuff like that. It's not that I'm trying to, and I'm passionate. That's like, look, this is what's going on. Just to inform people, to do their own research so that they can see for themselves. It's not like I'm like, oh, well, you need to know this and you need to. No, I just want people to be informed of what's going on in the spirit realm. That's all. And what you could possibly be looking forward to. I come on here for you guys. I don't do it for my health. I don't do it to fearmonger anybody. I do it as a warning to kind of give you the what to look for. And a lot of times, even when I speak, and I just come on and chit chat and stuff like that, there's certain things that'll pop in my head, and it actually gives me a word that has nothing to do with anything. But then there's a synchronicity with what I say that pops up. So in the future, the other week when I was up at the lookout, and I gave that word about, because I didn't know anything was going to happen, as far as I really haven't been watching. I try and stay away from the news as much as possible. but there's some things where I have to keep grounded in reality and be like, okay. Not to mention like this type of stuff with my daughter, or, you know, other people being sick, taking care of other people. I really need to color my hair. Look at that. We'll get to that this week. I think this is like, out of all summer, this is probably the 30th day of doctors and hospitals and emergency rooms and the whole 9 yards. And thank goodness we're halfway through this one. So, you know, and dealing with my kid being sick, dealing with my other kid being stationed out of the country. There's a lot of stress, you know, that I'm always feel like the weight of the world of everybody else's. I feel all of that. And hospitals, for somebody who's sensitive, is not a fun place. For someone like, you know, who has empathic traits and absorbs a lot of things, pain, and you can feel other people's pain and sorrow, and they're not a good place for people like us. They're really not. So it's my least favorite place to be, actually. Not my favorite place to be. But gotta do what you gotta do. So that's where I've been. Like I said, every time I come on and do something and I give a prophetic word or something like that, I get attacked, or my family gets attacked. And since Satan can't attack me, he attacks my family. One way or another, is how it works, man. If you can't get to me, he'll work through other people to try and bring my vibration down and my energy down. And it's just, you know, when I have things going on, I mean, for empaths, it's hard enough to, and the energy that we're constantly being bombarded with, we always feel it anyway. But then with everything else amplified on top of it, it's like, God, I don't know how much more I can handle. I know you don't give us more than what we can handle, but this is a lot. So I'm hoping that these cycles will wrap up. Like I said, be prepared for apologies and be prepared for other people, you know, maybe in the past that you haven't had closure with, that you'll be able to get closure with one way or another, in the right way. I'm not saying like ghost. No, you'll actually have an opportunity, I feel, coming up within the next month or two to run into somebody from your past and make it cordial, you know? Doesn't mean you have to be in their life, but at least you can get that closure and be on, like, that burden lifted and released. Some people don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you, when you can forgive somebody, when you finally get an apology, you feel so much better. Even if the apology doesn't change your behavior, doesn't mean you have to be in the person's life. I mean, that apology God brings in for you so that you can move on. And you're not holding grudges, and you're not, you know, we don't hold grudges. We just learn from our past and we try not to repeat it. That's pretty much it. We are human though, so we will make mistakes. You know, don't get down on yourself. You know, we just have to remember that there's a great big God that, you know, allows you to be tested to see if you're ready to go to the next level. Is anyone on here talking? I can't tell. I don't know. I don't see the live chat going. Hi, everybody, the 4 people that are in here. I'd like to say hello. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any concerns, confirmations, any of that stuff? I figured I'd just come on and give a quick energy update. And if you're seeing this stuff happening in your own life, you know, just know that it's the end of possible wrapping things up and moving on to the next phase, one way or another. Like I said, and anytime I come on and do anything as far as give a strong word or give something that I know is going to just help people. I get attacked. My family gets attacked. It's just the way it goes. And we just have to be prepared. We fight, through our actions. Our inaction doesn't really show anything. We fight by being and doing the right thing. When you're presented with the wrong thing, our normal nature is we want to push against or rail against and get angry. And I can pop off 0 to 100. We all know this. It's one thing I'm trying not to do. People just like to test you, though. We got to get to the point where it's like, not going to happen. Accept the apology and keep it stepping. If you can be cordial, be friends, or, that weird feeling that you get when you're like, ugh, there's this. And we don't need to have that anymore. We see somebody, we're not triggered. Hi, hope you're doing well. Yep, good point. And that's one of the things where many of us, when it came to having that compassion, it's like we get triggered because we don't want to repeat the same thing, and we're like, how dare they even bother to apologize after all? And and then there's no forgiveness, and forgiveness is for us, it's not for the other person. You can forgive yourself, you can forgive the other person. You've set yourself free from the anger and hostility. That's all lower energies that want to keep you mad, and we just can't be in those energy. And I'm not saying it's me too. I'm just working on this in myself. We have to, as a collective, just be prepared on how to deal with when people show up. That you're solid within yourself. You know who you are. You know what you're called to do. Stay solid in yourself. That's what's going to get you through all of this stuff. Call out on the Creator. God loves you. God wants to talk to you every day. Listen to high vibing music as well. Things that you can... I'm telling you, I dance all the time in my car. Sounds crazy, but I do. I sing and I dance all the time in my car. It's therapeutic for me. Music has been very therapeutic. That's why a lot of times I'll post music and stuff on my community board. Sometimes I'll red pill you. It all depends on what's going on or what I feel the divine creator is telling me to tell people. Every time I do, though, like I said, I get attacked by, trolls. I get attacked by, just people that are triggered. And I'm not trying to trigger anybody. They just get triggered by who I am. And that's not my fault. That's their fault. That's their problem. We have to understand when people get triggered, that's not our problem. That's their problem. And there's some times where people are just, they're not good for you. And we have to recognize that. We have to take it in prayer and ask God, like, where does this person stand in my life? How do you want me to treat them? Because I don't want to treat them with contempt and anger, even if you feel it's justified. Probably not. That's not what Jesus would do. And that empathy and compassion, we have to give to people who don't deserve it. So, a lot of times we already get forewarned. If you're on this path, you already know. You already can sense things coming in and going. And I'm not saying be a doormat. I'm just saying if these people are showing back up in your life, it's for closure and for a reason. I'm not saying take them back. I'm an Aries as well. That's why I get the whole impulsivity and the whole we just want to, and I've done that. Like I'm notorious for freaking out and flipping out. I'm raw, I'm real, and that's pretty much how it goes. I'm trying to at least be more compassionate. Which one awesome thing about Aries is we can blow up, but then we get it out. We're not mad no more. As long as we get our point across, we're not mad. We trust very easily, which I had to learn that's people take advantage of that. Not everybody has the same heart that we do. And I'm saying across the board for the collective. Not everybody has your heart. Not everybody has pure motives. And you just have to really tap into your intuition and ask God, why is this person here? Why are they coming? How should I treat them? And what is your remedy? And how can this be, closed in a beautiful way, or closed, in the way that is correct, that, there is an existing karma incurring. You know what I mean? So I figured I'd throw that out there. Like I said, pray for our people in Louisiana. Send them lots of love, and Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, the whole Gulf region. Be praying for all of our people down there. They need it. Pray that those levee systems hold, because there's a lot of water and a lot of flooding. So, God, come and take that water away, please, quick. Either way, I'm going to get off here. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Figured I'd give a quick energy update on what to expect over the next week or two, possibly the next month. You're going to be faced with decisions and handling them the right way. I wish you all luck, because if you use your discernment and you ask God how to handle this stuff, He's going to give you a way. He'll provide a way out. Yes, He will. The correct way out, that you can close that and be at peace. All we want, I think most people, all we want is that unconditional love, which we have to first give to ourselves. And we get it from God. God unconditionally loves everybody. Yep. Loves you, loves me. So ask God. He'll show you the way, the proper way. And compassion is huge. Try not to be too empathetic. Don't put your energy or absorb your energy. Do yourself, put your shields up. But be compassionate. Pray about it and ask how God would deal with it. If they're here or they sent, who sends you? Or, we'll be faced with doing the right thing or doing the wrong thing. It's that two of wands energy, and that two of swords energy, and that two of pentacles, going back and forth, back and forth. If I do this, what is this? But if I do this, what is, you get it. It's like going between the right brain and the logical and emotional side. So that's what I have to say about that. We're like in a 2 type energy, I feel. So you're going to be, I don't want to say tested, but it's kind of tested. So it's how you respond. Okay? Have a good one. I love you. I'll try and get on at one point. Like I said, we're only halfway through this thing with my daughter. So I don't know if I'll be getting on until she's done with her. She's actually getting discharged. She was here since Friday. I'm sitting in the hospital parking garage. So, trying to keep a positive attitude. It's only the fourth time I was here this summer. Only the fourth time. So, trying to stay positive and spread positivity. I love you guys. Take care. Keep your eyes open. Make sure you're watching and learning. Learning from our past mistakes so we don't continue to repeat them. Either way, have a good one. Bye.